Hey guys, it's Friday, and you know what that means. It's another What the Fitness. And you know, I think I know what's coming. It's what we got, Chino.
It's mail, motherfuckers. Mail, motherfucker.
I love emails. It's like what crazy shit am I gonna see today?
So this is an article. This is not a video.
Okay.
We have Aussie Man Reviews.
Oh yes! That dude's still around?
Yeah.
He's amazing. Oh God, I saw this.
If you already know it, then maybe...
I haven't read it, no. I feel like I shouldn't try to do the Aussie man accent, though. No. It's too bad. It's so fabulous. We've all heard the jokes about vegans being a bunch of pasty buggers unable to fight off even the most innocuous of illnesses. But if you ever wondered how realistic that stereotype is, an experiment conducted by two identical twins might have finally answered the question. Yes, an experiment with two fucking people answered the question we've all been wanting. Yeah, nah. Hugo and Ross, two professional explorers, had heard about athletes going vegan, so they ran their own experiment. Radio, for a bit of context, these two blokes weren't alone in their investigation. They had a bit of help from the scientific folks at King's College. So basically they set themselves up on a 12-week training regime and stuck to that diet for a time. The scientists routinely checked to measure their weight, cholesterol, and body fat levels. Apparently, scientists had hoped the fact that their bodies were genetically identical would make the results a little bit more valid. Ross stuck to a meat diet, and Hugo went vegan. I love that these are the two options, like this false dichotomy. And it's so funny. So many carnivores used to be vegan, and some carnivores went to vegan. And it's like, y'all motherfuckers realize there's actually something in between that, right? Like, you don't have to fucking fully go full fucking, you know.
You went full retard, man.
Ross stuck to a meat diet, and Hugo went vegan. Now that it's done and dusted, they've spoken to Men's Health about the results. Naturally, it was Hugo who announced it. He said he went vegan and my energy levels in the gym were much, much better. We were going to the gym 5 or 6 times a week, and I didn't have a session where I thought I don't have any energy. That all sounds pretty good, but it didn't take long for Ross to stitch him up, saying that with the weight loss, Hugo also lost his libido. If you look at scientific literature and case studies of natural bodybuilders who get very lean, and these guys got very lean, if you just get to a low enough body fat, regardless of the diet you use, you lose libido. Every natural bodybuilding case study to date that I know of that has tracked libido and testosterone production in drug-free bodybuilders has shown that by the time they are shredded for stage, they are hypogonadal. That has less to do with the diet they are specifically on and more to do with just their overall body fat levels and lack of energy and being in an energy deficit for so long. According to Ross, his own diet had different results to Hugo's. I was the opposite. I was very hungry at 10 or 11 o'clock. I had those big spikes of energy and then I'd crash. But the results of our training have been very different. I put on weight and Hugo has lost it. Basically, over 12 weeks, Hugo lost 1 kilogram of fat and gained 1.2 kilograms muscle mass, while Ross gained 2.8 kilos of fat and 4 kilos of muscle mass. What they've taken from this, though, is that a balanced diet is best. Have I not been saying this shit? So I think it's important to point out the person following the meat-based diet was probably just eating more. So if we go back, basically over 12 weeks, Hugo lost 1 kilogram of fat and gained 1.2 kilograms muscle mass, while Ross gained 2.8 kilos of fat and 4 kilos of muscle mass. First off, they didn't gain that much muscle mass. They gained lean body mass. Lean body mass and muscle mass are not the same thing, unless they're using a 4-compartment model that I don't know about. So they didn't most likely gain that much muscle mass in terms of actual skeletal muscle. Lean body mass encompasses all non-fat tissues, but still, that's a very impressive result. So that is most likely due to the fact that the carnivore diet simply had more calories from fat. Also, had more protein, obviously. So I'm not surprised the person on the carnivore diet put on more muscle than the person on the vegan diet. And protein from animal sources is more digestible, more bioavailable, and has a better amino acid profile. So once again, not that surprised. So that's part of it, and also part of it that he was in an energy surplus, whereas it sounds like Hugo was around maintenance, if not an energy deficit. I'm glad they say that what they've taken away from this, though, is that a balanced diet is best. Hugo says having a vegan diet has benefits, and so does eating meat. Holla fucking Luya! I don't think either outshone the other here. We'll be doing a mix of both, having non-meat days and adding more vegan foods into our diet, eating better quality meat and less of it. Okay, you don't have to do a day of vegan than a day of meat. Like you realize you can do both in the same day, guys. Final thoughts. At the end of the day, there's probably a lot to be said from both diets. Depending on what you're trying to achieve, different things will have different results. Still, it's a big ask to go without meat. Could you do it? Okay, so actually, I don't think this is that bad of a what the fitness based on the conclusions. It's interesting that the carnivore added more body fat, and the debate I was in on Twitter, the person was touting the superiority of carnivore for fat loss. That's interesting. Listen, you can have both, and it's probably optimal in terms of body composition and performance to get both. You can be vegan and get enough energy and get enough protein, but you're probably going to have to supplement if maximizing your lean body mass is a concern. If you're an endurance athlete, it's probably a little bit easier because you don't need to eat as much protein, and lean body mass really isn't that big of a concern as it is with something like a contact sport or sprinting or bodybuilding, obviously, powerlifting, strongman. The best is in the middle. You can have some meat and you can have some plants. Both are awesome for different reasons. If you want to go vegan for ethical reasons, no worries. I totally respect that. But it's very unlikely that it is somehow better for you than a diet that also controls calories and incorporates lean meats. You should eat for whatever your goal is. If your goal is to maximize muscle building, animal sources of protein are superior. I'm not saying you can't build muscle on a vegan diet. You certainly can. It's just going to require a bit more work and likely supplementation. All right, guys, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, click that like button, subscribe, click the links in my description, and check out some of our high quality shit.